Well, thank you very much, Stephanie, for that. That was a beautiful performance. Yeah, really relaxing, very soothing. Thank you very much. Um, and thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight, everyone who watched, everyone who liked, and everyone who commented as well. Yeah, thank you very much. Stephanie, how are you doing? How is that for you?
Yeah, that was good. It was quite relaxing. My poor thumb's still a bit blistery from being burnt last week, which
Ah,
I would
yes.
have played for a bit longer, but it's starting to sting.
Hmm. How long does a thumb take to heal?
Probably a lot quicker if you don't play the harp.
Hmm. I imagine you're playing quite often at the moment, what with your teaching and uh,
Yeah.
your regular performances as well.
Yeah, I play the harp every day, so I probably should have like a couple of days off really and just let it heal.
Can you get sort of like thimbles, like so when you're sewing, you have like, is that what they're called, thimbles?
Yeah, I don't know if you can get them for the harp. I know that when you're doing lots of glissandos, you can get these they're like leather fingers that you wear around your neck and you like play them to save your fingers getting blisters. Um,
Ah,
it tends to be in orchestras because a lot of the orchestral parts are like that. But
mm. Can you for me personally, I don't know what the word means, and I'm hoping there's some other people out there, but the word glissando, was it glissando?
yeah, so it's where oh, I'm going to do an upwards one. Save my thumb. It's
Right.
where you go.
Very nice.
Proper
I'm
harp
sure
sounds.
I'm sure that's the first thing that everyone learns when they're on the when they first start the harp.
Yeah, they come into the room and they just go, oh.
It is a very beautiful instrument. Um, but yeah, thank you for tonight. Can you possibly tell us a bit about the songs that you were playing tonight?
So apart from one Scottish piece and one piece that I wrote, everything else was Irish, and they were traditional Irish songs. Some of them, and a few pieces by O'Carolan. And I did some research today. I I've learnt how the Irish music has survived. I kind of knew already, but I thought I'd better brush up on my knowledge. So a lot of the music was it was passed down in the oral tradition. For like someone would play something, someone would listen and play it back. And quite a lot of the famous harpists were actually blind.
Ah,
Um, so Carolan was blind from smallpox, and basically the harp was quite a popular instrument in Ireland, and a lot of these harpists travelled around and they taught a lot of the children of the nobility and the gentry, and so quite a lot of these houses had harps in them. But
hmm,
then it gradually fell out of favour, and the piano gained in popularity, and the harp music started to decline just because fashions changed. I'm
hmm,
sure there was a bit of political stuff going on as well because it's quite turbulent in Irish history at that time. And
hmm.
the so in 1792 there was the Belfast Harpers Ensemble Assembly, and there were only 11 harpists from Ireland, and the people organising it got these. Some of the I think one of the harpists was really well into his 90s playing,
Hmm.
so they all obviously learnt stuff by ear. And there was a guy called Edward Bunting who was only 19 at the time, and he was asked to write everything down that they played, and it's called the Bunting manuscript, and a lot of the Irish tunes come from that manuscript. because they've been preserved. Otherwise, they would have been lost.
Hmm. Wow,
He
that's
was
really interesting.
also, I found out because Edward. I didn't realize that at the time he was only 19, Edward Bunting, when he wrote all of that down.
Hmm.
He is apparently a musical genius.
I was going to say
Amazing.
not sure what I was doing at 19. Um, was he? Um, oh, sorry, I completely forgot what I was going to say. um, was that unusual then for people to be writing music in that? Was he? Um, was it just not fashionable, or was it? Yeah, was it that
It's.
he was particularly educated, or?
I think he was asked to write. I mean, like music was written down at that time anyway, like classical, what we think of as classical music now, but the folk traditions didn't tend to be.
Hmm,
And because they were worried about it dying out, they got him to write it down.
hmm,
So it it was, I suppose it's quite unusual for it to have been written down, the Irish folk music at that time.
hmm,
It's very much, and it still is an oral tradition.
hmm. Why? Is that because people kind of feel they want to stay true to its kind of its roots, sort of, and the way it would have traditionally been
Yeah,
passed between people? Yeah.
yeah, and also there's a lot of ornaments in Irish music that quite a lot of the dance music you can't write down the rhythms that it's played at. So I grew up listening to Irish music basically every day.
Hmm.
So quite a lot of these tunes, like one of my pupils will bring something with, and the title's in Irish, and I'm like, I've no idea. I have no idea what that is. And then I play it through, and I'm like, oh yeah, I recognise the tune.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
How?
you tend to listen to the tunes, and then so you learn the basics, and then you add ornaments on the top. But that tends to be learnt by ear, so none of that's written down.
Hmm. I guess I yeah, and I guess when you sort of when people do keep to those sort of standards in terms of um, how you pass on music, then I guess it allows it to retain. I guess if you're allowing people to improvise each time somewhat with it, then it kind of allows the music to not go stale.
Yeah, it
Um,
keeps it alive. I mean,
hmm.
I'm quite a fan of some of the 80s sort of arrangements of the of Celtic music, like Scottish and Irish, and it's got all Richard synths in it. I think we should have a go at doing something like that. I do love
I'm,
that stuff.
I mean, we'd love to. I'm sure we'd all love to see a collaboration between you and Richard McLester to some electronic style harp
Yeah, that sounds cool.
at some point. We had a few comments today. So Karen Utsinger, she says, "Lovely, so gentle and calming." We also had a lot of people who followed our page, One City, One Light, which is where we're broadcasting this from. Um, yeah, we've had a lot of followers tonight. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in, and thank you to everyone who's followed as well. Um, I was just Stephanie, I've got another question. I think I spoke to you earlier about the poet Thomas More. I think there's a connection there with some of the stuff that you were playing tonight. I might I might be wrong about that, but
No, no, you're right. He was a famous Irish poet and harpist from the 18th century. Yeah, that's right. He wrote a couple of the tunes I played tonight. I can't pronounce their names though.
I, oh, we were,
I've always wanted to learn Irish, but living in England, that's a bit of a.
I,
Don't think it's going to happen.
yeah, it's one of those things that yeah, I guess it's like yeah, you don't hear it very often these days. Um, I'd love to hear some yeah, traditional Irish someday. Um, we had a few more comments as well. So we had Sahil Suinja, who says hi as well. So
Oh, hi.
thank you. Yeah, so thank you to everyone who commented tonight. Stephanie, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you get some rest for your thumb as well.
Poor thumb.
But again, yeah, thank you for playing. Yeah, thank you to everyone who joined us and commented and followed the page. If you'd like to stay in touch and for our next performances, we've got a electronic improvisation from artist and composer Richard McLester. That's tomorrow, and Stephanie will be back next week as well with another harp recital for you. And we also have a special documentary style program on Thursday this week. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you again, everyone who joined us, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.